Yeah, what's good? This is the King of New Jersey's the BTBTV. We bully the bullies. And you listen to my big brother, Charlie Rock LD, being interviewed by MReck TV. Charlie Rock LD's shooting shots at Fat Joe, 50 Cent, Jay-Z, a lot of rappers out there that pretend to be gangster. But shout out to 50 and G Unit, because 50's about that life. And yo, you gotta check this out. We about to get real popping right now. Y'all look at this, you gotta tell me what y'all think. Peace. We ain't no Bloods or no Crips, we doing our own thing. BTBTV that started its own thing. Like, nigga, what? King of New Jersey, I'm out.
And when I say original Terror Squad, remember, we had the rappers, and then we had the original Terror Squad, you know?
So original Terror Squad, and you said you got the rappers that's Terror Squad. What's the difference? Let's go into that.
Well, the difference is that the original Terror Squad is the street crew.
Okay.
When we was so young, when we was all shorties, we was in Forest Projects. I'm sure y'all heard Joe always shouting out Forest Projects. So, you know, we was the little Puerto Rican crew that we used to stick together. We was all, you know, teenagers. We was youngins. You know, we all met at high school, and we used to hang out at Forest Projects, and, you know, everybody grew in their own right. And, you know, a lot of hood legends, OGs, a lot of dudes, you know, got murdered repping for Terror Squad. A lot of dudes is doing forever in prison. Like, you know, it was serious to be an original Terror Squad, man.
So now,
so
the original Terror Squad, that wasn't started by Fat Joe.
No, he was part of it. Yes, he didn't start it, but he was definitely part of it. Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, so now, who are the original Terror Squad members, the street crew? Who are, if you could name them?
I mean, there's a lot. There's like about maybe 30 or 40 of them. There was Crime, Kendu, myself, Tony Montana, rest in peace, Ski, rest in peace, Ding Ding, you know what I mean? Joe, you know, and there was just a whole bunch of us. So years later, Joe started rapping. He got the opportunity to get his own rap crew, and he blessed them with the Terror Squad name. That's how the rappers came about.
Got you. Now
that's where Big Pun and Cuban and Remy and Khaled, you know, we love them and all that, but you know, they the rappers Terror Squad. They was not part of the original.
Got you. Got you. So you from the BX, right?
All day.
Okay. What part?
The South. What do you mean what part, Rat? The South.
Gotta ask these questions. You know, my people.
I hear you. The South, the X.
Tapped into me. So they want to know. Some people don't know you got the Bronx, South Bronx. And
you're right. But South Bronx, Trinity Ave, Brook Ave, Cypress, St. Anne's, all that.
Got you. So at what age did you and Fat Joe connect?
What? We met in what? Right before high school. We met up really in Morris High School. So I done got kicked out of like 5 high schools in 2 years. So I finally made my way up to Morris High School. And, you know, that's where I met a lot of, not just Joe, but the infamous Boy George, you know, who was the ill kingpin, you know, Chicky from the Boulevard, which is another, you know, another legendary dude. And, you know, and we all met up in Tony Montana. You know, we all met up in Morris High School.
So around early teens, like 13 to 15, something like that?
About 15, 14, you know what I mean? About that era, yeah.
Got you, got you. I do remember you saying Fat Joe said he had beef with Boy George. Boy George?
Little Joey. Joey be capping, man. You know what I mean? That's my ex-brother. You know what I mean? I hate to say it, but he is the cap king, man. The homie said he had beef with Boy George. I mean, Boy George was so notorious. You know, the dude was so dangerous. Like, he's one of the original BX hood, not legend, but kingpin. The dude got locked up in '88. We're in 2023, and the homie still locked up. Damn. That's how hard he was giving it up.
Damn.
I believe they gave him a triple life bid.
Wow.
For those that don't know, I got my own podcast, Repping the Real. I got the crazy stories. I talk about Boy George, you know, all type of legends from the '80s. and I got the crazy stories over there, man.
No doubt.
But yeah, we met up in Morris High School, you know?
Got you. Got you. So what kind of dude was Fat Joe in high school?
I mean, he was your regular shorty, you know? Like all of us, we wanted to be that dude, you know? We was impressioned by the older OGs, and we wanted to be that dude, you know? And, you know, Joe was all right, but, you know, he just be capping too much when he, you know, puts too much emphasis on, you know, locking blocks down and moving weight and all that. Like, you know, that wasn't little Joey, nah.
So let me get this straight. Fat Joe been capping since high school?
Pretty much, man. Pretty much. I mean, if y'all remember, Joe just dropped a book, the Book of Jose.
Okay.
So in the Book of Jose, he tells the ill stories of Charlie Rock, how I was the one that showed him the ropes. You know what I mean? I gave him his first burner. I got him his first piece of buns. Like, you know, he was my little son. You know, I had mad love for him. You know, I used to take care of the little homie. I'm not saying he was a punk and he was a sucker. Like, you know, if there was a fight, he'll fight. You know, I'm not saying he was a total coward. I'm just saying there's different levels of putting in work. You feel me? And, you know, and it is what it is.
Got you, got you. Yo, hold on 1 second. It's crazy. I'm doing this interview. I'm hearing some air horns. Hold on 1 second, Ken. Like,
yeah, man, do you?
I'm about to bark on them. Hold on.
I want to salute everybody in the chat. You know what I mean? Thank you for tuning in.
Hey, yo, stop blowing them fucking air horns.
Pete, I see you, Pete.
They can see me doing the interview. Well, he don't know I'm doing the interview, but cut that shit out. But anyhow,
So yeah, so Joe bigged me out crazy in the Book of Jose, you know? He tells the stories how he had 100 dudes in front of his house, and he called me and he said C popped up looking like the Terminator, wearing a trench coat in the middle of summer, you know? I air shit out, like, you know what I mean? Like the crazy war stories. But it is what it is. That's who I was.
Well, let me ask you this. Did you get publishing?
Did I get what?
Because he wrote a book, and if he wrote so many stories on your life, on your behalf, did you get publishing? Did you get...
No, this is what he did. He doesn't mention Charlie Rock LD. He mentions C. He put C, but C that was on Brook Avenue, and, you know, and this and that. I mean, everybody know who C is. You know, he done shouted me out on like 20 albums, you know, so, you know, dudes know who the hell C is.
No doubt, no doubt. So we're going to get right to it because we're going to do plenty of interviews. Me and you locked in. But I got to know, where did it go wrong with you and Fat Joe? Where did it go wrong?
I mean, at 18 years old, I got locked up, you know what I mean, for a couple of them bodies. And I could have got 5 or 6 years, man, you know, but I had to turn states. There was no way. That wasn't even a compromise. So everybody knows I didn't rat. I stood there and took a 10 to 20. And it is what it is.
Gotcha.
So I'm doing the bid. While I'm doing the bid, I think I had like 4, maybe 5 years in. He comes to see me telling me he's going to be a rapper. So I'm like, a rapper? He's like, yeah, you know, I'm going to be a rapper. So I'm like, all right, my brother, you know, then rap. What the heck? You know what I mean? And hence, that's when he became Fat Joe the Rapper and started rapping. Yeah. So, but, you know, my bid was a 10 to 20. Out of the 10 to 20, I did a CR, which was 13 years and 4 months. And, you know, all this time, he'll come to see me a couple of times a year. You know what I mean?
That's real.
And, you know, he'll be like, Charlie, when you come home, you good. When you come home, you good. I got you. He would big me up in his music. You know what I mean? And he would always, you know, big me up. So at the time, I thought that this was my brother. He loved me. And, you know, this is why he was showing me love and bigging me up.
Gotcha.
It wasn't until I came home that I seen that the love just wasn't there. That in reality, what he was doing was using me for my street cred. Like, okay, I ain't the livest dude, but my brother Charlie Rock LD is. You know what I mean? And plus, my name was ringing.
So, not to cut your wisdom, but to the industry, he always told the industry he was the livest dude. Because I remember him saying, you know, Fat Joe is the realest, this, that, and the third.
Yeah, well, a lot of people say a lot of things, you know what I mean? We all know that the rappers like to portray that they street dudes, that they have credibility. I mean, everybody from 50 to Jay-Z to Busta, but they all say what? I'm official, I'm a street dude, I used to move weight, I used to put in that work. Like, this is the persona that the rappers like to embellish.
Got you.
I mean, it is what it is. You know, who anybody that's a rap fan knows that that's the persona that they like to embellish. So this is why I believe that he used me for my street cred, my reputation, and the fact that, you know, your boy was known for putting in the crazy work.
All right, so let's do this. I do recall you mentioning you got into a situation in jail over the 50 Cent and Terror Squad beef, the G-Unit Terror Squad beef.
Hells yeah. So this is what happened. I came home in 02. What was it? 03, 04, I caught a parole violation. So I'm doing I think it was like an 18-month violation. And while I'm doing the violation is when this G-Unit Terror Squad beef is popping off. You know what I mean? So, you know, we in the yard, and one of them award shows came on. I forgot which one it was, where Joe said some slick shit about 50, and 50 came back and said some slick shit about Joe.
The awards. I think it was.
It was in 05. It was in 05. The crazy podcast. You already know. Y'all gotta peep it. So
yeah, hold on. Let me tell this person I'm live, and they messing up the live. Hold on one second, brother. Yeah, keep shouting your peoples out.
So yeah, you know what I mean? You already know. Peep the channel out. The channel got over close to 2 million views. We banging them right now. I got the crazy epic stories. Do not think all I talk about is Fat Joe. No way. I got the crazy epic stories, surviving solitary confinement, you know what I mean? OGs, legends from the 80s, holding out Tupac. You know, Joe has sent me a kite to hold Tupac down in Clinton. So I got the crazy stories. So y'all got to peep them out on YouTube, repping the real.
Yeah, pardon me. Yeah, where was we at, my brother? I'm sorry.
With the 50 Cent Fat Joe beat.
Oh yeah, let's go back to that. The MTV Awards, I believe. You said yo was watching the awards, right? Now going to
so we watching the awards. Joe said what he said, 50 said what he said, and dude started getting crazy hype. You know, on some, you know, they was from Queens or whatever, so they begging 50 up, whatever. We in the yard, so you know, dudes is, you know, everybody's hot. You know what I mean? Everybody think they that dude, whatever. So they was basically testing the waters because they knew I was leaving in 4 months. I was only doing a violation. So they started talk. So they was talking the ill shit about Joe. At the time, he was my brother. You know what I mean? And I didn't look at Joe as a rapper. You know, I wasn't no fucking fan. I just finished telling you, you know, me and this dude grew up. We got crazy history. So I didn't see him as a fucking rapper. You know, that was my brother. And you know, I'm just a loyal dude like that. No way is you going to talk bad about somebody that I love and care about in my presence. It's just not going down like that. So, of course, I got emotional. I pulled out the ice pick and I banged one of them in the neck. We got into the crazy, you know, knife fight in the yard. And, you know, it was me against 3 or 4 of them or whatever. And I got stabbed in the eye.
Damn.
So I'm blind. I'm talking to you blind in one eye over the Fat Joe 50 Cent beat.
Nuts. That's
so So I come home, and this dude Joe tell me, yo, I need you to be home a year before we can hang out and be cool again, and this and that. Like, this is the type of person he was. Like, he liked to control everybody, you know. And I figure, like, I never disrespect you or whatever, but I talk to you like you my brother. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have to talk to you like you Fat Joe the rapper and you got millions and you famous. And nah, my brother, then you my brother. What? I'm not gonna kiss your ass and be your yes man and all that. You know what I mean? And we kept bumping heads behind shit like that. Like, I guess he just wanted me to snap in line with everybody else being a yes man and, you know, and doing what he says and all that. So Joe got this thing with that anybody in the crew, if they do something that he don't approve of or he don't like, he'll exile you for a year. I mean, he did it to Raul. He did it to Fat Ant. He did it to Macho and a couple of other dudes. Like, this is his little thing of keeping dudes in line. You know, he'll isolate you for a year, no communication, no hanging out, no nothing. And this